Last year, in the run-up to the Super Bowl, I heard something that struck me as a little bit odd. The sports anchor for a local television station started handicapping the team, telling us who she was taking in various pools. It felt uncomfortable to me, a journalist so blatantly offering her opinion and making betting recommendations to viewers on a team that she was covering. I asked a news director about this, and I asked if I was totally out of touch or if this was the new normal. That news director said it was no big deal. They do it all the time in Kansas City. Mind you, in Kansas, sports betting is legal. In Missouri, it's not. That's not so much the point as the ethical question that I want to pose to the two of you. What are the ethics around this, and should sports journalists be allowed to bet on the teams they're covering?
Well, I'm not sure that we know that journalists shouldn't be doing it, but sports journalists, at least I don't think that they should be, because again, that starts to question your I hate the word objectivity, but it does question who are you going to favor in your reporting. It's also am I going to be providing news and information to the community that I think is going to have some sort of influence on the betting line?
Well, and so here's another layer to add to that, right? They have inside information from the time that they're spending covering the team at practices, in the locker room or the clubhouse or whatever. And so put them next to a business reporter, it might be considered insider trading, which is like illegal and could get you jail time.
This is true.
Yeah, and I think, traditionally, not anymore, but traditionally sports teams have been at great pains to distance themselves from anybody who's betting because of the suspicion that you might throw a game. But I would just say, I agree with you, Amy. I think the access that sports reporters have to the teams, understanding what the injuries are, understanding how serious an injury might be, really makes this smell. And I also think, just from a professional standpoint, I mean, we tell students who are going out to cover athletic events not to wear our gear, not to wear Mizzou gear, because you might have to interview the opposing coach. How is the opposing coach or a player
the opposing coach
going
at
to
some
feel?
Point, but I'm going to throw that out there. They better interview the opposing coach at some point. But go ahead.
But what if what if you're a player or a coach and you've just heard that reporter X is betting against you?
Right.
I mean, as an editor, I'm not comfortable sending a reporter out, and I don't think you're going to get in a very good interview.
I agree, but we shouldn't be surprised. I mean, gambling and sports betting has taken over pretty much every sport. I mean, there was a time when, as you said, the leagues were basically doing everything they could to stay away from betting.
And now they're partnering with entities like DraftKings.
Exactly. I mean, it is a huge part of the sports entities now. And I don't know if you can put that genie back in the bottle. So to be surprised that you have journalists out there betting as well, of course they are. They're doing it, and apparently their bosses are okay with it.
If it were my newsroom, I would.
I was going to say, and the good news is, I'm not their boss.
Yeah. But I don't know.